Hi there! Today I'm going to tell you how I learned to lighten India ink. When it comes to water mixable media such as ink, it's very important to know exactly how much water and how much ink to mix to get the shade you want so you can control your values. So I decided to work on discovering how to do this with India ink. I thought I would make a value scale, but things didn't go quite according to plan. I made my first stroke straight out of the bottle, no water, and not too surprisingly, it came out pitch black. Then I poured some of the ink into a container like this. This is not the same container I poured ink into, but it was like this. And I took my brush, dipped it in some water, and mixed some of that into the ink. Then I made another stroke, and I expected this one would come out a little bit lighter because there was water in the ink this time, but this one was still pitch black. So I thought maybe I need to wet my brush. But even with the soaking wet brush, the ink still came out pitch black. At this point I knew I would need a pretty significant amount of water. So I took my water bottle and poured some of that into my ink, and again, pitch black. I did find at this point that if I took my brush and where the wet ink was and spread it, just the clean brush, and just spread the ink around, I could make the ink get gradually lighter as it went down the paper, but I wasn't satisfied with that. I wanted it to be light coming straight off the brush. It was at this point that I realized I would need a lot more water. So I went to the bathroom and filled my container up almost entirely with water from the faucet. This is the actual container that I was keeping my ink in. This is what it looked like. And now, when I made a stroke with the very watery ink, it actually came out looking like a dark gray this time instead of stark black like it had all the other times. So the lesson here is, if you want your India ink, or probably any ink for that matter, to come out light, you need to mix a lot of water into it. If you want your ink to be light, a lot of water, a little bit of ink. If you want your ink to be dark, a lot of ink, little water, or even no water. So ideally, you should probably have something like this, because I keep watering when I'm painting, filled with water to use with your ink. You can build up a shade to be darker by layering over it, but it's pretty hard to lighten a color that's too dark. I mean, India ink is waterproof. At least the kind I have is. Maybe not all India ink is waterproof, but if the kind you have is, then once it's dry, you can't do anything with it. You're stuck with it. I decided not to do Inktober this month. Well, I've never done Inktober, but anyway, I didn't want to miss out on the ink fun completely, so I decided to do this. So I hope you enjoy learning about India ink with me. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. I upload videos Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So if you haven't already, subscribe by clicking this button right here. And for now, thanks for watching, and goodbye!